The world of motorcycles is in deep affection for nostalgia. Be it cafe racers or scramblers, retro-styled motorcycles are having their own golden age, and Kawasaki has added a sophisticated, stylish player to the fray with the newly released Kawasaki Estrella RS 2025. A modern revival of the popular Estrella brand, the RS model brings vintage design elements together with contemporary reliability and performance. It's a purist bike and a newcomer bike, made for riders who yearn for the purity of bygones with only a touch of modern technology. Let us take a look at why Kawasaki Estrella RS 2025 is such an irresistible and refined member of the modern retro family. Upon first glimpse, the Estrella RS 2025 seems to have ridden back from the 1960s, attired in its best Sunday outfit. The bicycle wears a sparkling vintage drays, a rounded LED headlight, spoked wheels, and tastefully crafted teardrop-shaped fuel tank with retro-badged Kawasaki badging. Chrome trimmings on exhaust, mirrors, and fenders add a sheen without flair. Emerald mist green and vintage ivory paint finishes contribute to the bike's suave attitude, while a dark brown leather-like seat completes the picture. The attention to detail is perfection, from switchgear to analog-lit gauges on the instrument panel, intentionally retro but carefully constructed. But don't be fooled, this isn't a vintage. The modern elements are quietly integrated. LED lighting, a concealed LCD screen within the gauges, and neat cable routing all hint at 2025 level refinement cloaked in vintage charm. Powering the Estrella RS 2025 is a 399 cubic centimeters single-cylinder, air-cooled engine, tuned for smoothness and everyday riding. It won't break any speed records, and that's just the point. With roughly 30 horsepower and 28 Nm of torque, the RS is ideal for urban commuting, Sunday cruising, and backroad exploring. Throttle response is gentle but responsive, making the Estrella an easy bike for new riders to adjust to and rewarding for veteran riders who favor smooth, linear power delivery to instant bang of brutish power. With its silky 5-speed transmission, the RS is open to casual, flowing riding. It's a bike that you ride smiling, not scowling. The exhaust note bears mentioning too, its muted, deep thump that sounds sumptuous and appropriate to its vintage character. It never buzzes or drones but instead warbles a smooth note that causes you to urge to drive somewhat more. One of the standout features of the Estrella RS is its seat height, around 765 mm, and lightweight chassis, both of which render it remarkably accessible to riders of all sizes and experience. It tips the scales at around 165 kilograms, so it nips through town traffic and corners well. The suspension setup is simple, the classic telescopic forks up front and double rear shocks. It's tuned for comfort rather than sportiness, which aligns with the bike's cruising character. You'll find it soaks up city bumps and country road imperfections without fuss. Braking duties are handled by disc brakes on both ends, backed up by a dual-channel ABS system, another modern feature subtly packed into this otherwise vintage-looking machine. On the road, the Estrella RS feels composed and relaxed. It's not a bike that cries out to be shoved along hard but one that yields to smooth input and a carefree demeanor. Whether you're tooling through old town streets or riding out to a viewpoint, it's in its element. As one would expect of a retro-styled bicycle, the Estrella RS 2025 is not loaded with technology, but Kawasaki has intelligently added just enough. A half-digital instrument panel features a classic analog speedo and digital trip meter, fuel level, and gear indicator neatly concealed within. LED lighting all around is up-to-date and secure, and the above-mentioned ABS system offers a very welcome level of protection. There's even a USB-C charging point neatly bolted to the region near the headstock, perfect for having your mobile phone charged during longer trips or when using navigation. It's clear Kawasaki wasn't trying to invent the wheel here so much as polish it to a blinding finish.